Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Rahman. I am the founder of iisha. Today's video is about the background of iisha. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that watched my last video, my introduction. I really appreciate that. And those that are new subscribers to my new channel, thank you very much. Okay, so today I thought I'd give you a little bit of background so you understand a little bit about the company. So the name is iisha. It's spelled I-I-S-H-A, Isha, and then May, M-A-E. So it's like a play on my name basically, because my name is Aisha Rahman, but my middle name is May. And I've had many a times people always shorten my first name and say it in different ways, and I just thought this is a kind of cute way, and I thought it would be, you know, people would remember it because it starts with two little I's at the beginning, which is quite unusual because, you know, obviously with names you're supposed to do a capital letter at the beginning, but I decided I didn't want it like that. So yeah, that's where the name comes from. What was it before? Beforehand, it was actually called May Sparklers because it was actually a business for designing women's shoes. Well, not designing women's shoes. I used to design images and put them onto people's shoes using initially rhinestones. Then I moved on to Swarovski crystals. So it all started with me designing a shoe. Well, yeah, putting some rhinestones on some Converses, because at the time I never was much into trainers. So putting some rhinestones on trainers, and then I just had people asking me, and where did I get them from, and telling me they liked them. So from there, I started doing women's shoes. Then I kind of elevated it a bit more, and I started buying some new shoes, and I made a whole collection. But as you can see, that didn't last. And I rebranded, I changed the name from May Sparklers to iisha. And initially, even the logo was pink and white, whereas now it's black and white. Yeah, so you can even see from that, if you watch my last video where I mentioned to you how I am quite creative. Literally, my creativity, that wasn't even where it started way before that, but that's just an example of my creativity. And also where iisha even started, that's where it started. Then why did it change? So fast forward, I don't know how many years, I basically stopped doing iisha in terms of the shoes. I just found that I was putting out a lot of money and not getting much back, and also putting so much time and effort into it. So I stopped doing it. I still had the name, the logo, everything, but to be honest, at the time I wasn't really intending to use it in any kind of way again. And then I think I was watching something. Yes, I was watching Scott Disick. I don't know if you know who he is, but anyway, this guy called Scott Disick, he was buying homes, redoing them, and then selling them. And I saw that he brought in an interior designer, and something just, I was just like, yes please, I want to do that. I just enjoyed it so much, and I thought I need to do that. So immediately I started looking up courses. So that's how I switched. So basically I started doing the course, which is an online course, which I haven't finished. I'm still doing it now. It's called Interior Design Institute. I love it. It is a fantastic course. I've really enjoyed every part of it so far. Basically, you do it online, so you can do it in any part of the world. You do part payments, and at the end of it, you get a diploma which is recognized in many countries. So for me, I thought that's fantastic, because at the time I was working as a nanny. So I thought, well, it's a lot easier, it's cheaper than going to some courses where you can do it in university. You also still get this, you still get credentials. So I highly recommend it, and the amount of experience that I've learned from it has been life-changing, obviously. So yeah, off the back of doing that course, which I told you I still have yet to finish, which I'm still doing, I got my first paying client, because before that I started doing my house that I'm currently in here, and which is still not finished either, so I can't necessarily show you images of that. It was built from scratch, so that's where I started. I started doing that, started doing movables for that and things, and then I was contacted by my previous client, and I did his restaurant, but it's also a bar, and yeah, so it's like a restaurant bar. And I'll show you some images here so you can see how it used to look, how it looked beforehand. It was very cream. It was basically, there was nothing in there, so it was cream and terracotta. The kitchen probably was the worst in terms of the way it looks. It wasn't that bad, but oh yeah, obviously the toilets, they had their toilets, the sinks and the mirrors in there. So basically we just changed the whole thing. The outside had decking. That decking had to get taken out and changed because it had been there for some time and was rotting away. Because initially I was going to just keep it and just basically, what's the right word? Just get them to polish it up more or less. Well, just make them to make it good, make it look like new. But it just wasn't the case. So we ended up having to get rid of that, which was good, to be honest, because the whole front of it changed and looked completely different. It was so good working with my client because we worked so well together. He had certain ideas that I was able to implement, some I didn't because I said, you know, it doesn't work. But from that, I gained so much experience, things that I just wasn't able to gain via my course, as much as that is good. But it was fantastic. I loved it so much, and I just knew even more so that it was for me, because there's certain elements of interior design that people just don't realize. There's a lot of measuring, so then you have to calculate things, and you have to be able to instruct people on what it is that you want them to do. You have to be able to do floor plans, again thinking about the space, spatial awareness of the way that seating is placed, so that there's enough space for people to go in between the tables, to be able to maneuver, to be able to sit comfortably. There's so many things that go into it. So I think maybe that might be another video where I can explain what is interior design. But yeah, so that's how it all began. I thank you for watching. I will put out another video for you next week. I'm going to try, like I said, to make sure that I have a video once a week. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and you got to learn a little bit about me and a little bit about the company. And I'll see you on my next one. Take care. Bye.